Here we go, kid.
End of the year.
Crazy. That shit went by quick.
Yep. It did. It actually. It didn't, and it did. Like in the beginning of the year, it was kind of like, and then it was like, breeze.
Yeah, little by little, I'm like just watching everything unfold. Oh, look who's in the room, Sal. Salute to Miss Beverly Vasquez.
Let's go.
Nice to see you.
Texas.
Down in Texas. Samuel Graham.
Big Sam, what up, bro?
Look at them. Fuck COVID-19.
Feliz COVID.
Yo, when you said that the other day, I was wrong. I was like, this guy.
I said I gotta stop doing that. I gotta make videos because somebody's gonna make a video on it now.
Yo, listen.
By the way, you know what's the number one search engine right now, right?
What's that?
In 2021, number one search engine took over TikTok.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. I couldn't believe when I heard that like 2 days ago.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, I gotta stop doing these. I gotta start making videos.
Yeah, man. You know what? Let me take this down. It's the end of the year. Chop it up with me and my partner, Mr. Shelly Sasson.
Oh,
and the dog. That's how you know we live.
Who let the dogs out? Yeah.
That means that my wife and my son just pulled up, and I hope this dude doesn't try to come to the front door because they're wilding out. Oh, there they go.
There you go.
You hear them? They're going shh.
Very, very quiet.
It's the end of the year chop it up session with myself and my partner, Mr. Shelly Sasson. Glad for everybody that's going to be joining us tonight. Ms. Beverly Vasquez, I would implore you to send me a mailing address, as me and my partner would like to send you something. Sam, Shelly's going to see you soon. And to the big homie, Mr. Anthony Egro Montenegro. What's up, brother?
Another one.
There you go. And my baby sister, Ms. Zenobia Mercado, salute. And Josiah and Asa, behave yourselves. Don't be acting up. And salute to my sister, Miss Laura, Lady Laura. You got Raul in the room. Miss Joan Reyes. Whew. Wow. 6'1".
Heavy.
Deep. Yeah, for real. Yeah. Crazy. Oh, man. So, all right, before we start or get into anything, Sel, how are you feeling, man? What's going on?
I'm good. Good, man. Year older, but I'm good.
Yeah,
849.
man.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
I'm good.
You ain't feeling pressed?
Nah. It is what it is.
Dude, let me tell you something. This year, we've been through a lot of shit. We've been through a lot, seeing people losing friends and, people getting ill and the changes and whatever. But I think this month hitting that number made me stop and look and be like, yo, wow, this is getting a little, feeling it a little bit, 49 years old, but we still here, man. Beautiful thing.
Sure.
And
Raul, as I like to call it, Capricornio.
Yeah, super Capricornio with this dude, for real. Hold on. I think my son is Ladies and gentlemen, if my camera goes out, it's because my son knocked down my backdrop because he's walking behind us right now. Salute to our guy, Mr. Montenegro. Cherish every day on this planet. You never know what tomorrow will bring. Very, very true. Super true. Before we started the show, I was just telling my partner here that a friend at work woke up with some swelling in the wrong place. And it's, just hearing that got me shook. I was like, ugh,
Yeah, man. Things happen quickly,
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Wake up one day, you got grapefruit for balls.
This old age, this growing old shit is no joke. Salute to Mr. Is it Alexander Kemp?
Yes.
Okay. So salute to Mr. Alexander Kemp. Oh, Miss Laura's birthday is tomorrow. Another Capricornio.
Another one.
Let's
Happy
go.
Happy birthday, Miss Laura. Oh man. It's fun. Yo, so it's funny. There's quite a few of us that are born in the month of December. And for years we've been trying to like organize like to go away for the birthday, like get a cabin or something.
Yeah.
And every year it's the same shit. You know, things get crazy, but most of all the prices go nuts, right? It gets a little hairy. But this year it's gone even like it's gone off the rails completely.
Well, I'm already looking for next year. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do DR or something, you know, somewhere nice and warm. For the 5-0.
Yeah, for the 5-0. My wife and I were
5-0 gotta go.
we were discussing that. You know, what we're gonna do for my 50th. And you know, we were thinking about that, like destination shit, you know, get the hell up out of here. And oh, sorry, people. Let me turn my mail off. But yeah, it's gotta be done right. You know, you gotta go hard or go home. And to mark such a monument time in your life of turning 50, middle age, man, it's, you know, it's a big deal.
Just don't go too hard.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
That's a
just don't go too hard.
Especially in DR, man. You could I don't know, you could hangover yourself. Yeah. Salute to Coach Oates. What's up, brother? And Egro just called you old. He said, yo, you old, man. I
am old. It never looks so good though, Egro.
Oh. All right. So like I was saying in the beginning, today is the end of year Chop It Up, end of 2021 Chop It Up session. Me and my partner are going to talk about news, sports, current events, like everything. We're just going to shoot from the hip, try to have a good time. And as I also said in the posting tonight, we're going to open up the phone lines. If you want to call in, well wish, give your opinion, you know.
When we tell you.
Yeah, when we tell you, not before. And, you know, you want to talk some shit, whatever. You want to say Happy New Year to people, send love to the person you love, whatever. You can call in. All right. So I guess we're going to run this track and get this started, huh?
Let's go.
Let's close it out strong. One final time for 2021. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Mr. A.
Sally Sassong in the building.
And this is the set 6145. Tonight, it's the end of year, Chop It Up. And we're going to just shoot from the hip, have conversation, talk shit, crack a few jokes.
Bochinche.
There you go, un poquito. And have a little fun and try to close this one out strong. It's been a crazy year. Myself and my partner have been putting in a lot of work to continue to grow the show and make it what it is. And we're still working. And we're glad that you could be here with us tonight. I'm sure Sully's going to have a lot of talk to bring to the table tonight, man, because he's feeling real lively tonight. The brother just turned the big 49. And yeah, let's get to it. Sully,
we're growing as you know, it's like we're like you know, the tadpoles, right? Like you start growing and growing. So
that's a fact.
All you guys you keep helping us grow. So we appreciate you guys.
For sure. Man, so I got decent sleep. I got up and grabbed the phone because, you know, I got to check messages and whatnot to see what's going on. And I come to find out that they actually convicted, I think her name is Ghislaine. Is it Ghislaine or Ghislaine? Ghislaine Maxwell.
Right.
Yeah. So evidently they finally got her. Now, the interesting part of this, because remember, she knows where all the bodies are buried.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She knows exactly where the bodies are buried. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what the sentencing is going to be, right? because that cat that she was, you know,
Well, the thing is, now comes the game. Like, all right, I could give you a lot. What do you want? Who do you want?
Who do you want? That's even a bigger question. Who do you want? But the thing about it is for the public, we don't get to see the real deal because she knows a lot about a lot of people, right? So I almost feel like whoever's running the show is going to play this very strategically. You know what I'm saying? You can hear my.
It depends on if they're in them notes too. They might be in them notes themselves.
Yeah. So it'll be very interesting to see how it plays out. Salute to the brother Brandon Clay. We see you. It's going to be very interesting. Another thing is people seem to forget Epstein had surveillance cameras and computers and video equipment in all his places. Where's all that evidence? When you have an apartment, or when you have a house on the Upper East Side, I believe it was, you had a house, and when you walked in, the first thing you saw was a picture of Bill Clinton in a dress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got dirt.
Oof. Like, yeah, I'm comfortable to put this shit up right here.
For real. And to me, a lot of people were saying, salute to Benz. A lot of people were saying, Clinton is a cross-dresser, he's a freak, and this. What that picture said to me was that he's a prostitute. You got the bread, he's ready to play. That's what I took it as, which, is indicative of all these people. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think she's going to get Epsteined. That I don't think. I think it'll be too obvious.
Hey.
You never know.
They're playing a different ball game. Those guys are, playing a different ball game. There's nobody safe, and I know she knows that.
Yeah, her father is the one that I won't call it a business, but that's what he did. He used to get with leaders and powerful people, corporate thugs, and such, and get them into positions, and then blackmail them. Like, yo, you don't do this, I got this video of you and this, this child, or you being, in a homosexual relationship, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Prostitutes or whatever. He was the one that was doing that. He's the one who taught his daughter. So.
Well, that's part of the Trump aura, right? They say that Putin had him in getting pissed on and all that stuff in Russia, like with the, the prostitutes over there. So they had the dirt on him to use him as a puppet. So.
For me, the situation with that dude, like with the whole Putin thing, I don't think it was. I think that was like a smokescreen. That's how I took it. Because, come on, man, like Trump is a lot of things. But for me, it was more of the money. The money that he had tied in dealings that he sold, shit that he sold to people that were washing their money through buying his properties. I think it was more of that. And they just did that as like a distraction. So, whatever. But the interesting thing is, now that you said Trump, Epstein got convicted. And the person that convicted him down in Florida and gave him like he used to come and go from jail whenever he wanted, be meeting with his lawyers, like
driving,
all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That guy went up for a position in Trump's administration. And it was only until that they blew that up and said, yo, this dude was doing all these things to these little girls and you just let him like rock? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then they were like, nah, we can't give you this spot. You know what I mean? A lot of funny shit.
Do you think Trump's running again? 2024?
Nah, they right now, if everybody's paying attention, everybody in the room, if you're paying attention, little by little, people are going against him. And what they're using is the jab. Because recently he did an interview and he was saying, I came up with this in record time.
Yeah. Three. The three.
Yeah. He was stating that, like, giving him, like, taking credit, wanting the credit, and then saying, you know, I believe it should be a personal choice, but you know, you take it and it's great and everybody's good and blah, 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 blah. Now the people that have been making money, like these randos on YouTube and, you know, Candace Owens and all these people, they're like, oh, you know, Trump doesn't watch, you know, he comes from a time when there wasn't TV. And I'm like, you motherfuckers were saying that he was the smartest dude ever.
Yeah.
And now, so you can see what I'm saying to you simply is that
they're changing the narrative.
Exactly. So now that they could say, oh, we didn't know he was that crazy.
Move the goalpost. Move the goalpost.
Yeah, yeah. You know, like we didn't know he was that crazy. No, you did. Cut it out. So
I don't know, man. He's talking like he's running again. I know that. I've seen a couple of things, and he's like, he looks like he's gearing up for that again. And you know, if things go in the shit house like it's been going, people gonna flip. You know, the people that he lost that might have not go for him might be Democrats that he gains if they feel like this is a shit show, you know, the next, 3 years.
Well, it is a shit. I mean, to your point, it is a shit show.
Yeah.
Biden is like, that dude's on his last oxygen tank.
And you know, the funny thing is, I heard the other day that him and Kamala, like, they can't even be in the same room. Like, they don't even speak to each other.
Why?
They're just different.
Opposite ends.
That was all just, a vote thing.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I watched the debates, and it was like the first night I watched, I said it's gonna be Kamala and Biden. And then people were like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm waiting for that to pop up on my timeline again. Woo, they come back to the archives because I'm gonna be like, I told you. But
this aged perfectly.
Yeah. So I'm like, so people were like, no, but it was all, you could tell it was just a voting thing. Like, colored woman,
Yeah. You know what's funny?
Shit.
I'm starting to think that Biden is reverting because people don't get it fucked up. And, Biden has been an ardent racist for most of his life. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, racist. No. I'm not talking about covert racism, like slick talk, like, oh, I'm talking about calling people savages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm talking about dropping the hammers by writing out laws. And what I'm thinking is he's so old and losing his facilities now that he's reverting back to that mindset. Like, who the fuck is this bitch trying to tell me what to do? In my day.
My fucking maid.
Exactly. And I think that's what's happening to him now that you're pointing that out. Yeah. He's probably reverting back to that mindset. Yeah.
But I think Trump's going to run. And I honestly, like we spoke earlier about TikTok. You know who runs TikTok, right? Basically, it's China.
That's this.
That's Trump's number one beef. So that'll be the next thing. We'll have a cyber warfare. He gets back in. Everybody, cut your phones off.
Yo, it's funny because you're saying that Trump is talking like he's going to run again. I think he's going to die. It sounds crazy, but just hear me out on this. Hello. I don't think he's going to make it. Right. First of all. Second of all, Trump, when has Trump ever conceded anything? Meaning there's no way Trump comes out and says, oh, I'm not running for president. Nah, that's too much, or I'm stressed or whatever. He's never going to say that because that's not his way. Even when they bagged him for paying this chick money to hit it. Who? I never paid her no money. Yes, you did. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I think he's going to croak before the race. I just have a feeling. I don't know. He's old. They're all old. And I don't even understand how people today even want somebody that age running the country.
Yeah, we need a young. We could have a young gangster. I don't care, but we need a young person. We need 40s. Chappelle, Joe Rogan. We need those type of people to go run.
Well, I would say that mindset. You know what I mean? People need to understand, and the crazy thing is that the government ain't gonna hear it. You know what I'm saying? They're at a point right now with the way things are that they wouldn't allow somebody grassroots to come up and really take it over. As we saw January 6th, look at what they let them do. It's a little crazy. But all right. Then something we spoke about last week, Sally. We were talking about how New York City is like crazy, and now with the new mayor coming in, he's gonna release the hounds on the city. Like it's gonna be go time. So they're talking about right here, Congressman. I don't even know how to pronounce that name. Calls Penn Station Susie.
I think so.
Susie calls Penn Station dangerous dungeon. Urges leaders to address crime. So right here it says there's people here, women, children going up the escalator. They're nervous. They're scared. All right. You got some crazies around here. The homeless are all over the place. You know, you got to watch yourself. So right now in the city, there's dope fiends everywhere. There's crackheads and it makes me like cringe a little bit to even think that people are still smoking crack in 2021. But there's all these drug addicts.
They graduated to meth.
Man, even worse. There's all these crimes being committed out in the open, broad daylight, and the cops ain't doing shit, like nothing, and haven't been. What I'm saying to you is if you go to that area during the course of the day, it's like, I don't know, nobody, this dude's shooting up right there. People are going to work, and if you say something to them, they get violent.
Right.
In that area, that's the Garment district.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing but, it's the predominantly women,
Yeah.
And
that's, the bozo's on his way out and he's running ragged too. So once Adams goes in and see what happens, you can start cleaning the house.
Yeah, man.
Remember back in the days we used to walk around, they'd be sniffing glue out the bags, being passed out. What the fuck? Like this nigga sniffing out of a bag.
Yeah, man. But it is really scary to think. My wife works in that area. She gets on that train, gets off that train every day, except Mondays. Mondays we drive in together. But she's 4'11". She weighs 125 pounds. I got her a taser and I got her mace. Dude, they're knocking over women in like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It's crazy. My whole thing is, the bozo, what are you doing? Like, get these dudes out there. You understand?
Yeah, he ain't paying attention to that stuff. He's doing some other shit. He worried about bike lanes and shit like that. Making the fucking BQE smaller. Like, how do you make it smaller? Like, there's enough traffic on that shit.
You heard? Like, yo, dude, speaking of bike lanes, last night I'm going to work. I had to stop at the bank, had some checks to deposit. Yo, I got out the car and went to walk immediately to the sidewalk. This dude came on a scooter doing like 40 and just missed me. And he started honking his little gay horn. And I'm like, you I'm cursing at you. You'd have hit me, I would have fucking killed you. I probably would have killed him just by him hitting me because he was a little whatever dude, delivery dude. But that shit with the bike lanes, you killing everybody trying to get around.
No, and the shit is, I was going down the block the other day and I made the right turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make the right turn, and the dude's on my side, in the bike lane, but on the wrong, flying. And he looking at me like fuck. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You're on the wrong side. Like, it's crazy, man.
It is. It's a waste.
Yeah,
it's a waste, honestly. Zenobia Mercado, tell her to contact KC Customs for you on IG and just tell them I sent you. Tell them that you want the 2021 energy. It's the fuck out of my face with that bullshit shirt. This is the 2021 shit. Just hit them up. KC Customs for you.
2022, papi.
2022. Ta viejo.
Coming.
For real.
Okay, is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, it's KC Customs for you on Instagram, and he has them there. Thank you. Yeah, that's the energy we on next year, man. I'm so tired of people. People are just fucking retarded. I don't know. So he wants to make the parkway smaller. That makes no sense. You got people. There's no parking.
Always flooded. It's always fucked up. So that's always traffic.
Dude, you are out there. So coming in and out is And it's like at some points it's like 2 lanes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man.
Yeah, man. It's bad. It is bad. I time everything.
You do?
Yeah, HOV lanes, this, that. When's a good time to go? Gots to. I hate sitting. I hate sitting in traffic. I move, keep me moving. I don't care if it's the side road, just keep me moving.
Yeah.
I'll be wazing that shit. Waze.
Yeah, but your HOV lane out of where you're at is 2 people, right?
2.
Over here is 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And I haven't been giving a fuck. I've been driving in that bitch. Like I'm with my wife. HOV, I don't care. I was about to get a dummy and put him in the back.
Like the transit guy was doing.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking dummy in there like that.
Yo, this dude got
put a fucking sex doll in that shit.
Put a Trump hat on him. Yeah, go good.
You good.
This dude got bagged with that in the tunnel.
A transit guy just got one of the bosses.
Oh yeah,
yeah. One of the bosses
he had a dummy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. And was making mad bread, mad overtime.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, it pisses me off to hear shit like that. Cause it's like, yo, you're making 175,000, 150,000, whatever. You're making whatever. And then you're making more money on top of that, or whatever the case may be. But then you want to be getting older.
You want to be Cataño.
Yeah, bro.
Yo,
like, come on.
Don't fucking tip in the diner.
Don't use drugs. Crossing the green line.
Can you split the check up?
Oh, speaking of the devil, salute to our brother Chino. He's in the building. Chino, I need a text me your email address. I gotta send you something. Yeah, I don't understand. I do understand it, and I don't. People who are wealthy or well off, they don't want to spend their money. They want to spend your money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's ridiculous.
I always think of like the Bill Burr when his skit, when he does the segment of he started hanging out with the black people, like
keeping up.
Like, I gotta keep up with them. They got hats to match their sneakers and this and that. And I was like, yo, it's true. When we went out, we was always buying new shit every week. And the Blanquito would be in a t-shirt and fucking dirty sneakers.
Yo,
pockets was right.
Dude, I could never understand that growing up. Right? In high school, we used to see friends of ours, the Blanquies, they would have like an all right shirt, their jeans were in, but they would have some Avias that were tore down. And we would be like, damn, dude, you don't want to get no new sneakers? Like, you look crazy right now. But it's true. Be all fucked up, but pockets be right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Bill Burr, you listen to his show, his podcast?
Always.
Oh, hysterical. Check out Bill Burr's podcast, man. It's funny. He does advice. He does an advice segment on there too. Oh man, he kills me.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's a funny.
Reads everything. He's a beast.
Yeah, for sure. Let me bring this up. So, Sel, we're gonna go to a quick sports joint. Sad day in the sports world, man. This guy is a legend. His life, everything that he's done. You just say his name and it rings bells because he's done.
Kids don't even know he coached.
They don't? They just think he's a video game dude?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad, man. Losing John Madden, it I don't know, it's a little different.
What's crazy? His documentary just dropped like Saturday.
Really?
I watched it. Christmas, the day the Packers were playing.
Yeah.
I watched it like right before the game. And then I was like, I thought he was dead. I wasn't sure. And then I saw the news. I was like, oh shit, he was alive still. Crazy.
So it's a doc on his life?
Yeah. All Madden, it's called. I think All Madden, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
His personality and his distinct voice is what made him, you know what I mean? Like as a media type,
right, made
him great. His experience as a coach and his love for the game, made him, a legend.
Yeah, for
sure. And
the games like him and was it Pat Summerall and Al Michaels, and you hear those games with him, those voices, you're like, oh, here we go. This is a big game today.
Yeah.
You get the turducken and the
yeah, for sure. He was like, what's the bald-headed dude's name? They used to call the basketball games. Another one. Oh, what's his
Dickie V. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Like
He's awesome, baby.
yeah. Those two, like him and Madden, are like synonymous with each other because they're like these big, bigger than life personalities in the sports world. And when you think of basketball, you usually like, oh, they fight.
It's different too. When we was growing up, there wasn't all these channels.
Nope.
Like ESPN had fucking like 6 games on Christmas, so they had all these different broadcasters.
Yep.
We had Marv Albert. You know what I mean? We had certain people that you're like, the voice. You're like, oh, here we go. It's a big game.
Yeah, man. Wasn't Marv Albert the one that bit that broad?
Yeah, he bit the broad.
Is he back on?
Nothing wrong with biting somebody once in a while.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I can't believe he made his way back onto TV, man. But
he made his way back, apologized, and
wow.
People love to forgive people, right? So,
to a degree, because they still hate OJ. They ain't never forgiven OJ.
No.
It's funny because people were talking about the court. This last year we had a lot of court cases going on, people getting killed, blah, 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 whatever. And they love to rail, the justice system did its job and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, but you still mad about OJ. Why is that?
We lost one. We lost one.
One got away.
Yeah.
Salute to the bro, Hector Santana. We see you, man. Yeah, they still mad about OJ. And I'm like, get out of here with that shit. You always with this bullshit about the justice system being fair and balanced. We know it's not. Stop it. Kill by Nah, what I say, Coach Oates, is that's part of it. And I think if the person that he allegedly killed was a black woman, I don't think it would have been a big deal. It wouldn't be a topic of discussion. It wouldn't have been broadcast. It wouldn't have been none of this, But what I like to believe is because they loved OJ so much that they were like, oh, how could you do this to us? We made you rich. You know what I'm saying?
His son did that shit. I always said it to this day. Like, I don't think he was alone. I think his son did it. Locked out.
That guy had, he's bipolar too, no?
Yeah. And bipolar. He had left the restaurant where he was working at. There was some time frames that wasn't.
And he's a chef.
I saw some shit the other day. Speaking of old cases like that, the John Bonet. I don't know if you saw that. They were they have found some new DNA to finally
to say who did it?
Say who did it, yeah.
Who is it?
No, I didn't hear it. They didn't. I don't know if it's coming up in the next few weeks.
Selly, tell me something. If your daughter, because you don't have one, I'm going to frame it that way. If your daughter's in your crib, goes to sleep, and comes up missing the next day, who's getting arrested? Real talk. Let's be real.
No, yeah, me.
How the fuck did they get away with that?
They got bread. You know how that goes.
That's, that is sad. Very sad. And that wife.
Where was that? Colorado?
Somewhere out there in the Midwest. As a matter of fact, we're talking about, let me look it up.
A few moments later.
I love the fact that my brother got shit going on, man. Because
got the new system going in case y'all haven't noticed, people.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Way
better. Yep, you're right. Boulder, Colorado.
I'm saying they got away with that, but homeboy the trucker is facing 199 or whatever he's facing for the accident, running over.
Dude,
panicking. I love the people. Oh, he should have went into service. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. When you're in that situation, going 100 with no brakes, let me see what you could do down the hill with a truck. You're gonna panic or not?
You know what that makes me think of? Old cases. Everybody in the room, if you're just joining us, I'm your host, Mr. A.
Silly song in the building.
And this is the set 6145. This is the end of year chop up, the last one before 2022. And we're talking about various topics, current events, and we're just rambling off whatever comes to mind at this point. I hope everybody's enjoying watching the show. Speaking of cold cases, there was a young man. You remember that case that the teenager was stuffed into a gym mat and rolled up, and they said that he suffocated?
No.
So there was a in Georgia, right? There was a young man who was found dead and rolled up in a gym mat. Then his organs were stolen from him. right?
Mm.
They never prosecuted anybody for his murder. I was watching the documentary, and it turns out that the son of an FBI agent that lives in that town had a fight with that kid. And they're saying that the father was going around intimidating witnesses.
Mm.
They deaded the case all the way up to the Department of Justice. And if you watch this documentary, it's sad. It is just sad. And even more so, in that very town in Georgia is where they had something called the Hanging Bridge.
Mm.
And in, I believe it was 1918, this woman's husband was like convicted for some crime that she's like, yo, he didn't do it. He got blamed for something, and they ended up dragging him from the court, from the jail, and they lynched him on that bridge. So she was speaking out against it, and the town was like, oh, really? She was pregnant.
Mm.
They strung her up, and as she was, fighting for her life as best as she could while she's hanging, they cut her stomach open. The baby falls out, and they stomp the baby to death.
Jeez.
In this same town where this kid got murdered, and everything points to these two sons of this FBI agent.
Mm.
If you watch the documentary, it just leaves a really bad taste in your mouth because it screams cover up throughout the whole thing.
Right.
But anyway, I don't want to go off on a bad tangent, even though that kind of was. Yeah, but just sad, man. Just sad. But New York City right now is going through, I don't even think there's sports going on. Like, are they still playing sports? Like, are the Knicks still playing?
Yeah, Knicks are playing. Then NFL's playing. Everything's playing.
Wow.
You just, you have to have the vax. You have to have the jab to play home games or away if you're a team coming into New York.
Oh, really?
No, I'm sorry. I think visitors don't have to have it, but if you're on the New York team, you have to have it. Some shit like that. I don't know. I got lost with that shit so much.
But does that even make sense?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. If you're a New York player, you have to have the vax. If you're a visiting team, you don't have to have it.
Correct.
Does that make sense to anybody in the room? I don't. That doesn't make any sense.
Does anything make sense?
No. No.
Nothing makes sense.
And I want everybody to think about that for a second. We started living alongside alternative facts when? About 4.5, 5 years ago. And it seems like nobody wants to go back to being, a thinker and, observing shit that's obvious, right? But I was reading that the NHL and the NBA were canceling games because of COVID.
They've been canceling games, yeah. But they NHL took like I think 2 weeks, like everybody. Not I think
Mm-hmm.
they were doing something like that. But I don't know. NBA's just been canceling games. The college football, they've been canceling games.
Well, why did they come out of the bubble? You know what I'm saying?
Money, bro.
The airlines canceling flights, right? Over the last week, they canceled, like so many airlines cancel flights. What happens? They start pitching to Dr. Fauci to change the quarantine time from 2 weeks to 5 days. Money.
Yeah.
Like,
it's always about the dollar. Follow the dollar.
People, you see this? That's what y'all need to be on. Y'all got to start living like that because none of this shit makes any fucking sense. It just doesn't,
Speaking of that, all right, let's ask, like, what 2022, like, what are you looking forward to? Like, what do you want from 2022? I ask everyone that in here.
I'm going to open up the phone line with that one.
Let's go.
Listen, the phone line is open. If you want to call in, you want to give your opinion, you want to talk about it, you want to bring something else up, hey, call the number. You can reach us at 973-765-6247 and give us your opinion. Let us know what you're thinking. Maybe you want to shout out your family, whatever. Send some prayers to somebody who's not doing so well. Whatever the case may be. There's the phone number. You can call in. Mr. Tom Ford, good evening. We see you. I haven't canceled. You know, that's another thing. Times Square. They didn't cancel that, right?
No, they. I think they made it less people, and you have to be vaccinated to go in.
It was bad enough that place gets crowded. Like, dude, that shit gets like it's Animal House.
Put the number up. I think Coach Oates wants to call.
All right, hold up.
Yeah, no, they and that's another thing. I guarantee you, after New Year's, they're gonna shut shit down. Watch after New Year, because now Christmas and New Year's, everything's over with now. Now it's tranquilo. People are kind of recouping their bread. Now they'll shut things down for a few weeks.
Yeah, man.
But we'll see what happens, man. Just we all want the same thing, pretty much. Healthy. Get some paper, get things lined up, get the set to 1,000 subscribers.
There you go.
We're
sitting at 470, baby. Let's get it.
We're getting there. 470 is good. That's close to 5.
Yeah, man.
After 5, we go over there.
Looking at the
after 5, we get to the kilo.
15, 30, 35. I was looking at an article on my phone, and they were talking about all these things about, they're keeping Times Square open and they're going to have this and that and blah, and, sports events. And I'm like, is anybody getting it through their head that all of a sudden, out of the blue, this variant is just running wild? And nobody's saying, yo, why are you keeping this shit open?
The maricon. The maricon variant.
The maricon variant. I call it the Omarion remix variant. Nobody seems to care. It just, I don't know.
Well, they posted the symptoms the other day, like fever, diarrhea. I'm like, okay, that sounds like a cold.
like a cold, like a flu or a cold.
Yeah, flu or cold.
But it's also funny because I haven't heard of people catching a cold in a year and a half, and then all of a sudden,
1 in 5 in the city, 1 in 5 have the COVID right now.
Really?
1 in 5 people. In Long Island, it's 1 in 6.
Did they spray for mosquitoes out by you?
I have no idea. They sprayed COVID.
All right. So about 5 years ago, trucks would just pop up on the street, no warning. Or sometimes they used to put it on the tube. Yo, we're going to be spraying in this areas for mosquitoes. And I'm like, spraying from who the fuck? Who? What are you, exterminators? Like, who's riding around?
They did that years ago. I remember like there was some type of mosquito thing that they were doing that years ago.
But the thing about it is they would tell people like, yo, we're going to be spraying here.
Right.
One night I went to pick up my son, and I'm waiting outside in the parking lot, and all of a sudden I'm hearing like horns, like honking, like, and I turn and I look out into the street, and it's a pickup truck with this big apparatus, a tube sticking up, and just spraying. And I'm like, I see, a trailer car's behind. I'm like, yo, these people are bugging. Like, you could breathe that shit. We don't know what the hell they're spraying. You understand?
Yeah.
And it was, it was going on for a while.
Like chemtrails. You ever see the chemtrails? They talk, with the planes.
Yeah, a lot of people don't believe in that. It's a real thing. It's definitely a real thing. People, I don't understand how there's certain people that we know personally that when you bring these things to their attention, they're like, oh, you believe in conspiracies and all, you're crazy. Yo, dude, let me ask you a question. Why do you people believe by any stretch of the imagination that the government would never do anything nefarious to its own people? Didn't Ronald Reagan sell drugs to fund his little secret war? That's how we got cracked.
That's how it was.
Didn't they lie us into war in Vietnam, said that the Vietnamese bombed a ship, and we found out years later, no, that shit never happened. They lied. I think it's called the Gulf of Tonkin. Didn't we find out that Saddam didn't have a fucking firecracker? Right?
John Kennedy got assassinated.
With the magic bullet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's all these things that tell you your government will do shit to you and you will not do anything back. So what makes you think by any stretch of the imagination that everything that they're doing is on the up and up? Like it's not. They're held to account by corporate thugs. That's it. Period. Coach Oates, did you catch it? I put it up for you again.
She's moving too fast.
No.
973-765-6247. 973-765-6247. Everybody's welcome to call in on the phone line, one by one, of course, but everybody's welcome to call in. Yeah. Virgilio.
We always ask what we do for New Year's. Like, what do you want? I ask the question now. What do you want to change for New Year's?
Yeah. I know what I'm changing first. My health. Getting back to that.
It goes right. We want health, but that's something we got to change, right? To be able to, exercise and do things to get that.
That's a fact.
There's no reward without the work.
Nope.
So
I think 2019 taught me a lot about myself when it came to my health. And not only that, but it left me with the tools to get on track and to be right. But I think that people need to understand, above everything, in order for you to be healthy, exercise has to be a part of your life. It just absolutely has to. You don't have to be, a monster, benching 350. But you have to do an hour and 15 minutes of exercise to keep yourself right. And
walk the stairs, take the stairs, do certain things. Just
and shrimp and broccoli with garlic sauce is not healthy. That is not healthy food. It's not healthy eating.
From Chi.
Yeah, for real. That's not healthy eating. And that's another thing. Culturally, we overeat, right? Latinos, we get served a plato that's, humongous. Half an avocado.
I remember my grandmother like serving me the plate. Un poquito. Oh, yeah. Toma poquito. And then I had to go home and eat. And it was like, yo, and then the seasonings, our seasonings is terrible, but it tastes so good. So
yeah. When the first time I went to PR, Sally, I was 16. Now, if you remember what it was like when we were 16, we was hooping, we was playing football. Like, dude, I couldn't gain an ounce of fat like at that time. So I stayed with my aunt. I would walk from my
gallon of milk with you.
What? Ooh. Don't be blowing me up, son. My aunt's house, my grandmother, my other aunt. I would eat breakfast when I got up at my aunt's house. I'd be like, Tia, bendición, I'm going to go see Yuela. And I would start walking. Now, when I would start walking, I would pass my aunt's house. My aunt would get up. Mira, ven pa' acá. Oh, bendición, Titi, what's going on? ¿Tú comiste? Yeah, I ate. No. Bang, bang, bang. Eat again.
You can't say no.
Bro.
You can't say no in Spanish families, Chris.
Dude, it's 7:30 in the morning. I eat again. I sit there and talk with her. And then she would tell me, go to your grandmother's. Go, vete a ver.
And those same people that be feeding you will be the first to be like, mira, está gordito. Like, yo, you're the one fucking serving me.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Then get to Wela's house. And she wouldn't even ask me. I would walk to the gate. She'd be out there sweeping because, you got a dirt floor. This is the wrong caller. Hold on a second. Sir, I'm glad you called me, but I'm doing my show right now. All right. Fucking guy's killing me. Video call. He probably got some good news. Well, I would be with that old ass broom that still got like 4 pelitos on it, but she could sweep the whole yard.
Yeah.
And I would be like, bendición, Wella. And I hit the gate. And as soon as I would open the gate up, she would bendición, mijo. And she would turn around and walk into the house. So me, I'm like, I'm full. I just ate 2 breakfasts. I sit down. she would start yelling, Papo, ven pa acá. And I walk in, dude, it's a spread. You know, a spread.
Bro. Like PR, like lunchtime over there is like dinner. And then the bread.
Oh,
Bad. It's bad.
Yo, when you went to, well, you were born out there, so you probably know. When I went out there, Wela took me to El Centro. And the Centro is where they have the supermercado. And oh, hold on, we got our first caller. Hello?
Call from
DJ Oats.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press.
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody welcome. We call him Coach Oats, but he goes by DJ Oats. Good evening, sir.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's going on?
What's going on, Coach?
What's going on, man? Hey, you know, when I met you guys a week ago, man, it was a pleasure. So listen,
Likewise.
we talked briefly, and I remember making a statement that I only tune in when, you know, you guys are interviewing people I know, or you're going down memory lane, and you know, and you say, well, what about boxing? What about this? And I was like, but you know what? You guys are captivating, man. Seriously, and today proved the depth and the diversity in which the topics you're willing to discuss. So it's actually very educational, man, and I actually appreciate it more and more. And I'm hoping that your audience is picking up on that vibe, man, because not many people are versatile like that.
Wow, that's really appreciate. We're really appreciative of that comment, man. Thank you so much, Coach O's.
Kind words for sure.
For real. We
Yeah, I just want to say that, man. And Happy New Year. And then you fuckers ain't give me no sweater, bro. I was looking for my sweater, B. I was looking around the table. Everybody got a sweater, a hoodie.
No,
I get a used service fucking face mask. I'm like, yo, B, I don't live in New York no more, bro. I'm in Ohio. Where's my Philly shit? Where's my Mr. A shirt?
Coach,
you know what I'm saying?
This is what we're gonna do. Just for to keep it on the up and up. There were 2 people who got hoodies that day. No, I'm sorry. There were 3. It was JJ, Louis Lopez, and Mr. Voss. And
Papo, right? Papo.
No, Papo didn't get one.
No, that was Louis Lopez's. I think Louis Lopez
was holding
behind.
Yeah, he was holding it for him. There's only 3 people that got it that night.
Yeah.
What you do is send a DM. Pause. Send a DM with the size hoodie and your address. All right?
Okay.
All
yeah.
right.
You know what? You guys don't know me that well, but I just like busting chops. But I got you. I will. Hey, man, I just want to say Happy New Year.
Yes, sir.
Pleasure. I'm a fan.
Oh.
The audience will grow. There's no doubt about it. I hear the new equipment.
Yeah.
And I'm a new diehard New Yorker. But dude, man, that place is out of control.
It is. It definitely
I
is.
went to visit my mom. My mom still lives in the same projects we grew up in. And the same thing, the same topics you guys are talking about tonight, the scooters, the lack of control, the wildness, bro. I felt like I was in fucking apocalypse in the Bronx, bro. No one's obeying the traffic light.
Nope.
And you know, I'm viejo, bro. I'm 55. Niggas is looking at me. I'm like, yo, I'm about to throw joints up in this bitch.
Easy.
Yo, like, and I'm just looking. My wife's looking at me. She's like, yo, chill. You're not from New York no more. I said, but who the fuck is this dude staring at me? You know, I felt like I was a teenager again. I was like, yo, the lack of respect is crazy.
Yo,
anyway,
don't
love you guys, man.
Listen, brother.
Coach, checks in the mail for the kind words.
There you go. There you go. Happy New Year to you. Be safe. Take care of yourself, and we appreciate your call, man. Thank you so much.
No doubt. Take care, fellas.
All right.
Happy New Year.
Coach Oates, everybody. Coach Oates. Yo, he's funny. Try to press for a hood. You see that? Everybody got one. No. 3 people got them.
Looking for the call in.
Oh, okay. Let me run. Whoever wants to call in, Miss Beverly Baskets, you're asking. The numbers on the ticker right now is up. You can call in.
973-765-6247.
Womp, womp, womp. Salute to our brother, Mr. Frank Simmons, a.k.a. Boom, the mayor. Salute, brother. We see
Ito.
you. But yo, dude, the city in the condition that it's in and what's going on, you know, they're gonna close the schools again. Or the teachers. Yeah, the union is saying, yo, we need to call the schools. Freaking Big Bird is like, no, we're not closing nothing. I'm like, dude, it's the end of the year.
Yeah.
You're gone. Like, get out the way. You know, these are children.
Yeah, he's wilding out. He's like, I'm going out with a bang. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, something might happen. Is that not that I'm condoning that? I'm just saying something might happen. We got another caller coming in. See who we got here.
Call from
Mrs. Beverly.
Oh,
to accept, press 1. To send a voice.
ladies and gentlemen, we have Miss Beverly Baskets on the line. Miss Beverly.
Hi, how are you guys?
We are well. How you doing?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you. I just wanted to come on and say hi and happy holidays, happy new year. Wish you guys all the very best for the coming year. 2020 has been a really tough one. 2021, not so, we're getting there. We're getting there, and hopefully we'll get back to some kind of normality in 22. But I just wanted to come on and say hi and send you guys some love.
Listen, first and foremost, we appreciate that so much.
For sure.
Sally, I'm going to blackmail Miss Beverly right now, live for everybody to hear. Miss Beverly, you got to send me and Sally some roti, some polari. We need some doubles up here, and whatever else you could send in the mail. You think that's possible, Miss Baskets?
Sorry, I lost you there on the audio. Can you say that again?
I said, I'm going to blackmail you live on the air. We need some polari.
Oh, she heard you. She's just saying.
Yeah, we need some polari, some roti, some doubles, some rice and peas. We need all of that. Send us a little care package.
Oh my God, where did you hear about that, huh? You have some insider hookup.
Listen, Miss Baskets, I know you cook, and I know you cook well. You can't fool me. But thank you so much.
I'll tell you what, when you guys come to Houston, I will lay out a spread for you, but you have to come and get it.
Oh, that sounds like an on-location thing. Miss Baskets, please extend warm wishes and a happy new year to your daughter. I hope everything is going well with the business. And don't be a stranger. Come check us out when you can and you have the time, and we're sending you love and good vibes in the new year.
Yes, will do. Thank you. And yes, everything's going great. We'd love to catch up with you guys in the new year.
Yes. We got to plan that out. Thank you so much for calling.
Take care.
All right. Take care.
All right. Miss Beverly Baskets, everybody, with the accent. Mm-hmm. Her accent is crazy because she's Caribbean and she's like from England.
Right.
Somebody just called in and that number looked wild familiar.
Call it back.
I don't know if this is a personal call. Let's see. Let's see
who this is.
For real. Hello?
What's up, Mr. A?
Who's this?
Hey, bro.
Oh, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
What up, Sal?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, on the line with the set is Mr. Anthony Egro Montenegro. What's going on, brother?
What's going on? I'm just checking back in. Just want to wish you guys a happy new year.
Oh, man.
Great format, great atmosphere this show, man. Everybody got to sign up and follow.
Tell them again, Ant.
Everybody got to follow this set 6145, brothers.
Let's go. Anthony, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling better. I'm getting there. I'm trying to get 100%, but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Day by day, kid.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
Day by day. Listen, be with your family. Make every moment count, man, and stay here and focus on your health, man. Take care of yourself.
1,000%, brothers.
Eat right. You know what I mean? And do what you got to do. We need
different lifestyle now.
For real. We need you here, brother. All right?
No doubt. Thanks for calling me back.
No, of course. Everybody, salute to our brother, Mr. Anthony Egro Montenegro. Thank you so much for your call, bro.
Later, guys.
All right, later.
It's a diverse audience here at the set. We have West Indians, Southerners. We got ex-New Yorkers. We got
it's funny. Coach Oates said like it's educational and this, and I mean, like he said, he started with just the tip, watching my show over there, and then he got involved with the set also. But I mean, we've done so much like with the financial literacy and heritage stuff that I mean, we're gonna keep doing it, man. That's what we're here for. We ain't here for the bullshit, like the bochinche and
nah.
we ain't with that. So many people like, oh, you got to be controversial. But that's everybody's controversial, man. We don't need that in here. So let's keep it positive and
for real.
Everybody just control what you can control for 2022. Like, don't worry about what's going on in politics and all this other shit. Just control you and just your immediate surroundings. That's what I tell. That's my advice. That's what I would say. Just worry about what you got going on. Make sure your family's good. Do what's best for you and your family, and then everything will take care of itself.
Yo, I was looking back at old broadcasts, and I was like, wow, almost 100 shows. Almost 100 shows.
Almost 100. Yeah, I saw that the other day.
We've had producers, cinematographers, comedians, athletes, financial literacy, first-time home buying. The only thing that I think we're missing is a religious show.
We might have that next week. We might have that next week.
Yeah, I actually
into religion. So.
Yeah, I actually wanted to have a show, of course, with two of our very good brothers, Mo, who is now renamed Yassine, and our other good brother, Mr. Dennis Bruno, and have him come on and just to discuss about the faith and the similarities between Islam and Christianity. I think that would be a great sort of discussion to have. I was speaking to Dennis about it, and he was like, yeah, you got to give me a little time. He prepares everything, things, talking points and things that he wants to get across. And salute to Dennis Bruno, man. He was on the first episode of the set. But we've done so much, Sel. A lot.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. We got a birthday shout out. Salute to Miss Danielle. Happy birthday. Is she Danielle Santos? That's what we need to know. Or she's still
Puerto Rican wedding. We lived together 18 years.
Another one.
Yeah, Raul, let us know. Is she Danielle Santos or is she still Danielle by her maiden name? Like, what's going on? You put the ring on it or what? You won't be calling people your queen and you've been living with her for 12 years with 4 kids. What's going on? What you waiting on? They pressing a lot of people nowadays, boy, for marriage. But so do you see like all the nonsense that's going on with people today, relationship wise? I know you don't like touching on that subject, but I'm just wondering if you're in tune. Are you seeing it?
I could give a rat's ass. People do whatever they want.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh, he said it's in the works.
A few moments later.
Yo, there are people that are in relationships for like.
No, but things happen. I mean, I had a situation, with the Joey situation where we couldn't put paperwork on it because.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah,
he was gonna lose. Lose. So you gotta, we don't know the situation. So, like I said, like everybody's situation is different, bro. There's no blueprint in that shit either. Like what works for you might not work for somebody else. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you've just witnessed is two gentlemen disagreeing on something respectfully and maturely. Because if Sally and I were alone, the conversation gets a lot more colorful. Because it's more personal. We're in each other's presence and we're like, it's just different. What he's speaking to is just that. Not everybody's situation is the same. And not everybody can take that route because of their situation. So whether or not we press and say, oh, this is good or this is bad, remember, it's just our opinions. And we base them off of our experiences, right? What's good for me may not be good for him, and what's good for him may not be good for me. But it doesn't stop us from congregating. It doesn't stop our friendship. It doesn't stop us working together. And I think that's a thing that people need to understand. You got to stop letting bullshit divide you, especially when it comes to your family and your close friends who are like family. Be able to be fucking mature and disagree on shit without fucking disowning somebody. And I think that's one of the most important things I think everybody should take into the new year. Stop fucking acting like children. You know? You could be friends with your children, but you don't have to be their friend.
Yeah.
People need to grow the fuck up.
Everybody had, that's we gotta get back to that shit, man. Have your own mind, have your own way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
What you want, this is what you want.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
What
most people don't do shit because people tell them they can't do it. You know?
Say that shit
quit.
again.
They quit. Most people don't do shit because people tell them they can't do it. Or they'll start something and quit because they're like spouse or friend or whoever. Like, oh, why are you doing that for? Why are you doing a podcast? Because I want to do it. You know, so
what was it that Kevin Hart said? Mind your damn business, bitch.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what the fuck we doing. Don't worry about what I'm doing or why. I'm doing it because I want to. And don't get mad because you want to do something and you just don't got the heart to do it. It's that simple.
People talk, they're like, oh, I don't want to talk and I don't want to be on the camera talking. Like, oh, you think it's easy, huh? All right. Yeah.
Just shut up and watch and learn something. You know? Salute to Ms. Lisbeth Wilkins. Vark Tech. What does that mean? What's Vark Tech? So, you know, a school?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Hopefully he's a sponsor giving us money or something.
Hey, listen. For that. Jay-Z said one time in an interview, he doesn't really give many, but when he does drop some jewels. He had a conversation with his uncle, and he was like, yo, my goal is to be a multi-platinum selling artist. And his uncle was like, you ain't never gonna do that. And it didn't bother him. He didn't take it personally. But what he said was, where his uncle is or was in life and his experiences, he can't fathom me doing that. He just can't understand it. It doesn't make sense to him. So he's going to project his feeling of failure onto me. And people today do that shit.
As most do. A lot of people do that. People, a lot of times, child custody situations. And like the families will get involved. Like, you know, they'll start, oh, cut him off or do that. You know what I mean? Like who wins? The kids ain't winning that way. You know what I mean? That happens a lot. You know, that people always, you know, one thing about me, I really never gave a shit what people had to say about me. You know what I mean? I do what I do and that's it. You like me? Cool. You don't? Cool. You know what I mean? I don't lose sleep over it. Oh, this person don't like me. He don't fuck with me no more. Nah. Keep it moving. Y'all want to fuck with me? Don't fuck with me. That's it.
Sleep like a baby.
Great. Great. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Now, if it's something that I did that I could be like, yo, I fucked this up, or then that bothers me because I'm like, yo, you know what? As a man, though, I will come like, yo, listen, I fucked up. You know, I might have fucked up the situation.
Right.
Cool. But I'm man enough to admit that. But if it's something like, I'm like, I did nothing, I'm like, get out of here. Like, I remember slamming doors on bosses and shit. Like, my boy tried to scream on me. I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. Close the door. He was like,
Sully, let me ask you a question now that we opened that door, the one you just slammed. Do you think that it took years of experiences and things that you went through to reach a point to be able to say, you know what, I'm at a point in my life where if I fuck something up, I'm man enough to own it and hold myself accountable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think I always had that in me, but I kind of like, as I got older, obviously, in my situations now, I kind of like hit home, like, you know what? It ain't worth it. You know what I mean? It ain't worth the time and the bullshit. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to be the bigger person, but you know, sometimes even not that. Like, it's not even being a bigger person. Sometimes you don't even. I won't even deal with them. Like I said, I'll just be like, yo, I don't want to deal. Like, they're not good for me.
Right.
They're not good. They ain't doing nothing for me. They're not helping my situation.
Right.
It's just negative. See you. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, and in growing up, I always like, you know, when you're younger and you're going and learning yourself, kind of like, you shy, you this, you that. But then once you kind of like break out of it, like, oh, you know what? This is me. Like, you fuck with me, cool. You know, girls, whatever. Like, it is what you good with me? Nah, all right, cool. Whatever. You know, everybody just like that's just how I always been. Like, yo, if you fuck with me, cool. I treat everyone like I give everybody that clean slate when I meet you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. This Fulano, all right, cool. Mr. A does this. Mr. A does. All right, let me meet Mr. A and see when he does it to me. Then I could be like, oh yeah, Mr. A's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I'm not just gonna say this guy's a piece of shit because you're telling me he's a piece of shit. I need to learn. Chino Cello. Chino was there. How many times we heard about that? Yo, no fuck with that. I hung out with Chino Cello. All of them like, oh, yo, these niggas is mad cool. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just shit that you grew up with. You need to learn. Like, yo, sometimes people throwing that dirt because they're the one. Like I was telling Jackie the other day, like, yo, sometimes people always be on the ground, like, yo, oh, I'm doing this, or I fed the homeless, or I donated blood, or I did this to try to, hide and mask the dirt they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's like a sleight of hand, like magicians.
Yeah. Yep. That's crazy. A lot of people don't pick up on those things. And I think that over the years, as you said, perfect example, Chino and Cello. You're the asshole in somebody's story. But they won't tell you why you're the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just make it seem like you just, like you said, a piece of shit. And the reality is, a lot of people, you're probably going to be the asshole in their story.
Like, don't get me wrong, Cello put the dogs on us a couple times. We had to jump on the cars. You know what I mean? But whatever.
Remember that?
Hell yeah.
Yo, what was that he had? One of those bull mastiffs, them big
joints.
Fucking baby bear?
I didn't fucking knock the car over. Fucking dog.
Damn, that's funny that you brought that up. Oh, man. But yeah, you're the asshole in somebody's story. And the reality is there's different versions of you. There's work Sally. There's, home Sally. There's softball field Sally. There's all these different versions. So, people need to understand just that. You're not going to make everybody happy. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
We all have a rep.
Yes.
Is it good? Is it bad?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's on you. But we all have a rep.
Yeah. Salute to our guy, Dom G. We see you, brother. Happy New Year. But I think that at our core, right? At our core, who we are, the values, the principles that we practice outside of all this other shit, that really speaks to who we are as people, as a person, individually. Right? So there's certain shit that just I'm not compromising.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what leads people to say, yo, you know what? I rock with this dude. I fuck with him. So you could be the asshole on the softball field, but at the end of the day, I know if I didn't have a ride, or if I was fucked up and I had no money in my pocket, or whatever, this dude right here is gonna stand and look out or help me out or give me a hand. And that's why I fuck with him. You guys could think he's an asshole, but
it's funny, like, you say that. Like, the softball world is like a lot of guys get paid now, and there's a lot of. First of all, I played high level of baseball, so I think I'm better than you anyway. That's but two, I always say, like, I would never ever, like, getting money, whatever, that's not an issue. But paying someone to play a game where you're a grown ass man, that you like, you got to see this shit, bro. Like, they like call people boppy, like some of these man. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's crazy in the softball world, bro. They are dudes out there that just call certain dudes daddy, and they got to play for fucking $50 or it's just. And I get it, whatever. If you could get it, cool, you can get it. But I got paid to play baseball. You know what I mean? Like when I played in the Spanish leagues and all that, they was paying me to play baseball at a high level. I went to college, so I'm not paying a softball player for a fucking hobby that's a woman's game. In the event, start as a woman's game. Like, these guys are bugging. And again, it like you said, you're hungry, bro, I will feed you. You need a ride? I got you. I'll get you there. I'll pick you up, or I'll get somebody to get you. Whatever it is. Uber, here, take it.
Right.
My man, to pay you to play a hobby? Nah, man. I'm sorry.
And think about that too. The dudes that'll come and play for you that are of high caliber, because I know like a couple of the people that have played on WSD, other teams would play them, would pay them to play.
100%.
But they're like, I'm playing with this man right here, and I'm not getting paid.
I had guys on my team that could get paid. Like you said, they could get paid. I'm like, how do I pay a new guy when I got my man that could go get paid somewhere?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep.
Man. It don't make no sense.
Yeah. It's called respect. You could be the asshole in somebody's story, but at the core of who you are, that's what carries through. You know what I'm saying?
Integrity, respect, loyalty. Loyalty is two ways. People always want to throw loyalty. Oh, loyal. Are you loyal? Well, because that goes both ways, loyalty.
No doubt.
One way. So
Sally, Chino said a King Corso. Do you know what you gotta look them up? Look them up.
I remember I looked it in his face. He was climbing cars. I know what the fuck that shit was.
Motherfucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, we were just discussing Sally brought that out of the blue, man. I totally forgot about that. Cello used to do that for fun. He had a King Corso, and a King Corso is a monstrosity of a dog. If you don't know what they are, look them up. Just Google them, Instagram them. You'll find videos of them. These things are huge. But he would bring the dog out and we would scatter. You know, he wasn't gonna let that dog bite none of us. But you know, as the older dude in the neighborhood, you find it entertaining when the younger dudes are scared of this big ass dog that you have.
Watch me make these motherfuckers run.
Yeah, exactly.
Rise, motherfucker.
But at the end of the day, speaking to their character, Chino and Cello, these brothers, you know, they have been, as we've been discussing, the asshole in somebody's story, and you know, like many of us. But at the end of the day, these two same brothers are the same types. Like I was telling Sally, if you needed a ride, if you needed help, these are the kind of guys to do that and step up for you. You know what I mean? And they grew up around the corner from us. So, you know, speaks to you. You know what I mean? So, and I think people need to get away from that. People spend too much time doing that shit. They are here. No, you don't want a king. Yo, I'm not even going to, do you know what that is?
No.
Another one of those big ass breed dogs.
Kango, I know you always wearing a Kango.
Yeah.
Kango, I know.
People mistake them for pit bulls. You can't mistake a pit bull for a King Corso. No way, no how.
Nah, you could. Back in those
so?
days, we always thought they was like pit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
All right. Well, shout out to our brother Chino, man. Doing great work on the hoodies.
Sure.
Sally, I got something in the work for you, brother. Chino, send me that email address if you haven't already.
Another one.
There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the year. Chop it up. We're going to close out the show. I want to tell everybody, well, first of all, to my brother, best of luck to you in the new year, even though we're going to see each other and do this work, man. Stay positive. Focus on your health. Focus on your boys. Make sure shit is good for you. Take care of yourself mentally and physically, and do the best that you can. And let's continue, to putting in this work to grow this show. And be safe, man.
For sure.
That LIE is no joke.
Yep.
This nigga got one now. Chino got a King Corso now. Damn. I'm not going to your house no more, bro. For real. Sally, any last words before we close out?
Everybody, we know what we want. 2022, everybody want to be healthy. Take care of your family. Like I said, man, just control what you can control. Don't stress yourself out over shit that's out of control. Don't overthink. Just day by day, man. Like those news. Stay away from that bullshit too. Hearing all this, the craziness. But do your research. But just be, don't take everything to heart, man. And just, we'll get out of this. We always do. We're strong. So, best of luck in 2022 to everybody. I hope you get everything you wish for, man. For sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. We hope to see you back here next Wednesday. We have a very special guest, an author. He's from the neighborhood. He has a great show, and we're going to be speaking to a very hot topic, which is the subject matter of his book. I hope everybody could tune in for that. Be safe. Love the people that love you. And yeah, man. Happy New Year to everybody.
And be careful New Year's, because
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Wanda, we see you. Mr. Lopez, we see you too, brother.
Why my shit froze?
What happened?
My shit froze.
Yeah, you the Wi-Fi. They banning you from setting off them joints right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we out of here.